right, guys, we are back, and in today's video, we're going to be recapping Junior Nats, the World Classic Bikini Pro, and we're going to be previewing the Indy Pro. I'm excited for this weekend. It's one of the biggest shows of the whole weekend with 35 girls. But Junior Nationals, I was impressed with some of the girls in the amateurs. I felt like some of them, okay, it's now you're a pro in bikini. Now it's like this is the next level. Get ready for it, and I'm hoping to see what the future that these girls hold. The overall winner, she's on the taller side. I'm going to get into that, but I felt best physique, and obviously when she gets into the pro, she's got a lot of work to do. The girl in fit model, I'm actually going to pull her up. The moment she, let me see, let me get to her, Lauren. The moment she walked out at prejudging, like you didn't even think within like 3 seconds of looking at her and how she was posing, you're just like, oh my god, she's hands down clear winner. Like not only did she win her class and win her pro card, but she won the overall. And I definitely think this is a great look for this new division where it's going to. I mean, the presentation, the hair, the suit, the makeup, the suit. Shout out to Sean, by the way. And now she's sponsored for life for them. But I definitely think she has that look that they're wanting to look for the division. I can tell that she came from bikini, so maybe there's just things she's gonna have to tweak from, just the physique wise, but definitely a great look, definitely a very beautiful look for the division, and I looking forward to seeing what she's gonna do when they start doing pro shows. But she did, I think, Legion earlier was it in May? Yeah, she did Legion, and then she wound up doing this to turn pro. And I got to say, the whole look, when you're looking for what's like ideal for the division, she has it. And the other girls are pretty good as well. Let me go back. I think my two favorite, like not being biased, I think was between Lauren and Misty right here. I think those were like the two, like I felt like were close to what they're looking for the division's criteria. I did notice when I was looking at some of the girls in the other classes that they had suit cuts that were like too thin. Obviously, they're gonna have to get that fixed and all. And when they learn, if they get that feedback or when they go to their next showing. But the overall winner in bikini right here, Martina, yes. I think she was class F, so she's, I think, 5'6", 5'7". Now she's got a great look. But I think for her, it's just going to be filling out and working on her glutes. That's just one thing that you see with tall girls. And this pose is actually really good. It needs more added to it, so she doesn't look small. And obviously, because in the amateurs you don't get time for a routine, she's gonna work on it. Like I said, I feel like the biggest thing is just gonna be just a little more glutes up here, and obviously hand positioning, because you have her hands on the outside. You want your hands not to be showing. But this hair, the suit, the makeup, everything's on point. I think I've seen her in the past wear blue. I think. Did she wear blue? Her profile has blue. Yeah. Let's see the other girls. Mixing up this. A lot of red suits. I think this was James's girl. This was Jordan Brandon's girl, and then Raven. Yeah, she calls herself IFBB Pro now. So you turn pro, you have a right to do it. So she did her debut in the same show. Unfortunately, she didn't place, but hey, it was a learning experience to see what she looked like in the pros. But she's a Class A winner. I definitely think as she gets more confidence as she goes along, and now that she's a pro, definitely can be someone very special, because her back pose is probably one of the best in the whole lineup. All right, let's get into recapping the World Classic Pro. So watching the live stream, I mean, it did happen very late after all the awards for the female side, because females went on Saturday. Um, it started around 7:15, 7:30 ish, and it was just back to back prejudging and finals. I felt, and listen, I respect the promoter. I understand that they have to have the sponsors show because they paid for the show, but for the prejudging, they had this like rain background. That's what, if you see some of the videos I'm going to show you from Gilchrist, they have like this like rain background going in around, and it felt like it was just too bright, where it kind of took away. But the lighting was great. I just feel like at at the night show, at the finals, they went with like the more darker background, which I was kind of feel like that what should have been the whole time. But we'll go with our fifth place girl. It's Danny. So this was her pro debut. She turned pro at the Junior USA's. She has a very stunning look. I like the blue suit on her, the makeup. I think and I've said when I saw her at Junior USA's, I feel like some posing things she can continue to work on. Here we go. Much clearer picture. I feel like she can fix this pose a bit. Obviously needs more glutes. She is on the taller side, so that's always going to be a thing. Maybe could have this shoulder like a little. It's actually not that bad. I just do a couple of tweaks here and there. But her back post is pretty solid. But I just feel like she just needs upper glutes. Shoulders are good. Also minding her position. Conditioning's pretty much spot on for her. Hair is very beautiful. I feel like just a couple poses and just more glutes she needs to add onto her physique. But getting fifth in your debut against top girls, I mean, hey, that's very impressive. Hold on, let me go back. Push the button on my mouse. Again, gorgeous look. Yeah, she has very good presentation, but I feel like she just needs more to her she just needs more to her glutes. I mean, this front post is actually not bad. It's better when she comes back because she leaves a little more space, but I just feel like just needs a little more glutes right here from her lower back to like round out. And if she can do that, hamstrings are good, tines are good, conditioning spot on. Definitely can see her moving up and doing very well in the pro league. But the thing I also think is no, she's not that. No, actually, no, I don't have much to say. I think, like I said, I feel like the backdrop kind of took away the physique that she has. She's a great look. It's just a matter of taking your feedback and applying that when you go move forward. I feel like maybe I'm just, this is what I'm seeing from videoed photos, and then when I look at the other top girls, every video I'm looking at, what is something that she didn't have that someone else did. That's why she plays the way she did. I'm always looking for that reason. But overall, congratulations to her. I mean, this is a great pro debut. It was very memorable, especially against like elite girls like this. Okay, our fourth place girl was Lenny. She's been doing very well this year. This is her. I think she turned pro about a year or two, and doing very well, getting top tens in the first call outs. She took fifth, and then now she's taking fourth. So she's moving up week by week, almost every month. So it's very consistent, which I like about her. You see a front pose. This is her front, yeah. So this is a pretty solid front pose for her. Hair's great. So I just think she just needs better suit coverage right here. You can see her like her under chest right here. She doesn't need any more conditioning. She's pretty solid here. I feel like anymore she would be like almost looking too hard. She could also be a little tighter in her core, just from the front. But I really think what's really strong suit of her is her back pose. Conditioning's good, pose good. I would just kind of relax these arms a bit so that your hands are not showing. Foot position's really solid. I do think if she could fix her front, I mean, this is a really good look for her. This is really strong against top pros, and she's actually going to be competing this weekend, and I will talk about her again. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she's going to move up to. But I just think that's what I would work on. I also would get better suit coverage, because I just think this suit's just too thin in the back. It's great in the front, but in the back, it's just too thin. Just to like right here, like she just needs a little more fabric. Okay, third we had Brittany. I mean, she's been doing very well this year. She's been, she got second in Toronto. She took third here. She's definitely finding her like rhythm, and obviously, I think it's just a matter of when she's gonna definitely be in the top spots to qualify. She is doing Indy this weekend as well. She has fixed her posing along the way, and I definitely think it's going to be showing. And she worked her way up from, I think she was looking at like 4 to 5 position, and now she got into the third place position. So I do think it's just a matter of her filling out, because she's not that tall. She's only 5'4". I just think she just needs to fill out a little more, because it kind of gives that look that she's too conditioned, but this is really spot on conditioning. And she's fully posed. I did watch the whole video. I did send her from the live stream, but from the back pose, really solid, very strong. I think that's one of her best strengths that she has, and it's very well balanced, because she definitely developed her hamstrings to match out, because she has great calves, by the way. It was just sometimes her calves overtake her hamstrings, and now this is more balanced, and it's just a matter of when she poses and can she do that against some of these top girls. And I definitely think it's just filling out. Sometimes you see a little like vascularity right here and leanness. But if she can bring that all in, and I think that's what her and her coach are doing, trying to find a way to connect that together and, peak on point. But I definitely see her getting a win soon. Let me see if I can find Gilco's video. No, I don't think she had one. Did she? No. KK second. And we'll get the top two comparison was Allie. Honestly, beautiful look. Sometimes when you're the last girl up because of your last name, her being Vathour with a V, people will get tired or worn out, but she comes out with a lot of energy, and you can't take your eyes off her because of her like stage presence and beauty. Like I looked at her and I'm just like, you like, it's like next competitor, Allie. She just walks out with a lot of energy. Honestly, best presentation in the whole pro show. The hair, the suit, the makeup. I definitely think she's improving from, I think what was Miami, where she improved from a lot from Miami. I love the red suit on her. If I'm going to talk about comparing her to Ashley, but honestly, I love this whole look on her. If I was to say, I think she was just a little maybe too tight. And I definitely think her and coach are just trying to like find a way to give her that pop and not look too tight, too conditioned. And also, being more tighter and that. It's kind of finding that balancing act of being like on point in front and the back. Like one side could be great, and then the other side is just a little too conditioned. There's just got to be a way for her to find that in rhythm, and definitely we'll say that we'll see how she does this weekend. But I definitely think that she has a great look, great stage presence. When you see her next to Ashley, and we do have that video to show. You see what I'm talking about? Because a lot of people had her winning, and I actually thought she could have won the show. But then I looked closely and I understood why. So then we have Ashley. She did this bluish green suit. I think it's mostly green, but because we know Ashley because of her green suit. She does do red occasionally, but her signature color is green. I feel like always the biggest thing for Ashley is going to be her front pose. It's just sometimes it's not always consistent. She's not the best poser, but she makes her physique she brings that illusion of making her physique look good. Her back pose is probably one of the strongest in the whole show. I definitely think that carries her because it front's gonna her even though her front may not always be the best, her back definitely is her strongest part. And I definitely think that she was the more balanced of it, and she wasn't too tight, or too conditioned. She was pretty much spot on. I mean, she's on a roll this year, like two wins so far. I mean, this was a pretty tough lineup with Ali as well. But any show that she's in, she's a front runner. I mean, I do like this. I like the suit. I like my one of my favorite Ashleys was when she had straight hair with the red suit, and it was the Olympia in 21 and then Japan Pro in 23. Probably my favorite Ashley looks of this era now. Suit cuts fine on her. Go back. We see Ashley. Any close-ups? Nope. Okay. So now I'm gonna share the YouTube video that they had of the top two, and we're gonna break that down. Okay, here we go. So when they had this face off, I'm just like sitting on at my desk, just like on the edge of my seat, like, okay, here we go. What's gonna happen? I definitely think they need to do more of these face-offs so it brings more excitement to shows. But like I said, that they had that dark backdrop for here, and they had like that raining like LED screen. Like how hard? Like if this was the whole, if this was the, it would look. It makes these girls look so much better right here. They should have done that for the prejudging. Let's go on. Okay, let's see them turn to the back. Here they set. Okay. So if when I'm looking at the back, I feel that Ali was just a little too tight. Her glutes are really good, but I feel like she was just a little too tight, and it kind of that's maybe what caused her to gave Ashley the edge where she doesn't look so tight in her back. Although I do prefer Ali in here, you kind of go to Ashley because it's kind of like you're going to where it's like there's nothing like protruding or standing out. It's very well balanced. But in the front, I think Ali took it right here. But really surprised me is that they're almost the same height. Like when I'm seeing this, I'm seeing Courtney King versus Ashley Kay, like almost 10 years ago. She almost does kind of look like Courtney. Okay. Let's go back when they were starting out. I feel like her front was better. Ashley's pulling a vacuum and they have told her to stop doing that, but she does it so it doesn't look like her lower abs are because that's one thing she always had. I think she said she had something with her back. That's kind of why her lower abs kind of distend. I don't recall what she said. Something about that. I did see a post about talking about her lower abs. That's sometimes she has to make sure like she has that under control. She did mention that she was a little watery there, so that's what she was trying to do to make it not look like she spills over and has distension. Ali, her abs just need to be like a little more tight, but here it's really solid. I do feel like Ashley has like a little bend to her knee, so it doesn't look like she's straight on because right here kind of looks like her legs like kind of her knees kind of locked in. I don't know, but if she can just fix those things, so she's a great poser. But from her lower back down, glutes are full. This is like beautiful pop. She has beautiful pop to her. So does Ashley. But it's kind of like you see a little more density difference between in maturity with Ashley versus Ali. But honestly, it could have gone either way. But Ashley had the whole advantage. Let me see them go through their front again and see if it's any different. She opening up better. I felt like Ali kind of opened up that shoulder more right here. If you see it, just has to be. There's just little things when these shows are very close. Hamstrings are good. Tie-ins are great. I like Ashley's hair here. See if they go back. Let's see. Yeah, it was just a matter of who had the less flaws. It wasn't so bad, but I mean, then again, you have to just look at when these shows get really close, who had the less. Both gorgeous, both very gorgeous girls. It's just a matter of who had the more complete look and who was not gonna who wasn't like too much of one area and too less in one area. But I feel like that's why Ashley kind of got the win. That's why Ashley got the win. So, all right. All right. So that's World Classic. We're going to talk about Indy Pro. I'm really excited for this weekend. I should have been there this weekend, but unfortunately, I didn't get the time off request for my daytime job. So that's the reason why I would have been excited to see it. I'm really excited for the show. One of the biggest lines of the whole year that's going to for a pro show, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. So we have a big list right here. Let's go talk about that. Let's go. So we got 35 girls. Only one that's Olympia qualified is Tara. So she would say that she's one of the front runners to win the show. We did talk about Brittany. We talked about Allie. So I would say those would be most likely your top three. Ellie Fernandez will be in the top spot. She took fifth. The rookie Juliana, she's back. Lenny, we just talked about. So a lot of these girls, they know they can qualify. I definitely think if they believe that and they're in those top spots, they should be going for it. Let's see. Savannah Dozel, a previous Olympian. Jessica Dolius. Alessia, she's a previous Olympian. Alice, she took fourth in Toronto. She's a previous Olympian. Luciana is a previous Olympian. She didn't do so well in the World Classic. Savannah Watchman's back after years, so we'll see how that looks after taking a year off with a new coach and everything. We have a lot of Masters competitors who are Masters qualified who are doing it. I do think that they could place. It's just going to depend. Nicole Johnson, America. Let's see. Who else do I know? I think Angela's Masters Olympic qualified. I'm not sure. Sarah new she's. I think I don't know how she placed, but she's always someone in the top spots. Lolo's here as well. Kiki Cunningham's is here as well. Marissa Wilmot. But it's going to be tough to pick these top girls. So we'll go through some of them. With Kiki. How did she? I want to know how she did. Let's see. Kiki got, I think, 12 or 8th. I think she got 8th. So she was in the top spots. I think she's finding her own like to see what really works for her. And I definitely think it's just a matter of can she it's hard for her, like I said always in every video. It's like I feel like her structure is going to be like if someone has a better structure than her, it may limit her. Her tan's much better here, but because she's shorter girl, shorter torso, it's just going to have to be her detail around her. And definitely who she stands next to is going to depend on how she does. But I noticed that she poses on two different sides, but she does that so well. Okay, next up, we have Savannah Dozzle. I think she hasn't been on stage for a while. Very, like I said, very beautiful girl, very beautiful look. I just think she's on the smaller side. So if she's added a little more to her physique, I definitely can say that she's going to be in top spots. But regardless, she's always going to be in those top 10 spots at any show she does. I don't know if she did Legion. I think she did. I'm not sure. It's been a while. All right, Jessica Dolius. See anything from her last show? Yeah. I prefer the longer hair on her. With the hair extensions, she has shorter hair. I felt like this was just a little too conditioned, too hard. And I mean, she even says in her post that he looked a little more too muscular for bikini. One thing about her is she has long legs and shorter torso and then shorter glute insertion. So it's just how she presents her physique, and she's a great poser. It's just who she's standing next to in the lineup. Okay. Let's see here. Go back. So then we have Alessia. She took third in the DC Pro. So she's fine tuning her physique. Like she's great in the back. I always said that I feel like her suit cut could be a little better right here. But sometimes her front, it just looks too hard. I mean, that's the one thing about with European competitors. And she just need to be pretty much coming in right. Like if she just comes in tight in her core and just finds a way to fill out, because she is a taller girl, definitely could say her in the top spots. That's gonna be difficult, but I think it's gonna be difficult. It just depends on who shows up. So then we have Tara, who she just won the DC Pro. So doing this show, definitely it's great to get feedback, especially since you have nothing to lose being Olympia qualified, getting in front of Sandy and getting in front of the Olympia head judge to see what you can do to work on. Here you go. I definitely think that one thing about I've always said was I feel like her tan comes in a little too light. Maybe she just needs the right tanning company. I don't know, but some people, like I don't remember who it was. I think Regan Grimes. He can't do like I forgot which tan it is because he's allergic to it, and he has to use like almond, like some type of almond thing, so that the tan absorbs, and so he doesn't look so like white on stage. But if she comes in tighter, and I've seen some updates from her, if she comes in tighter here from the front and matches that to her back post, I definitely think it's going to carry over and help her win, because she is such a strong. She is someone who can be in a top placing at the Olympia, possibly top 10 eventually. And then Ellie, she's a very consistent pro, but I definitely think it's just having her. I just think it's just having her front match her back, because I always said this about her. It's just I feel like it's just kind of genetics, because of her lower back down to kind of like her glutes are pointy. It's just something like I think her and Jessica Wilson have that thing where it's like from the lower back down. Just if like there's a way for her to finally like round this out from the front, it definitely would help her, because I definitely could see her being in a top spot. It's just that's one thing that's just kind of limiting her, which is not in her control. From the back, if she nails it and doesn't have her adductors like too showing, definitely strong physique. She is kind of thicker waist in the front, but she's brought that down so much now than in the past, which I think is going to help her. But she's one of our girls. She has won an Indy Pro in the like a couple years ago, before it was a different promoter and different venue. But I hope to see what she can do. Sometimes it's hit or miss with her, but I definitely think if she nails it here, definitely someone to be looking out for. All right. So then Lolo. I think for her, it's just more like filling out her frame. Sometimes it's like too conditioned. Sometimes it's, too soft. It's just finding a way just to, yeah, she did get better. She did get tighter in the condition. I think she got 10th here. I think she just needs to find a way to balance like her shoulders out. I mean, I don't know if it's her hair covering too much, but like I feel like this one's bigger than her right. Let's see if it shows. Sometimes she comes in a little too vascular. You can see it. But she's been right there to qualify. It's just a matter of can she nail that? Let's see, we did talk about Brittany, Alice. Like very beautiful look to her. I just feel like we see a lot. Like I think you're gonna see a theme here in this show. It's like longer, taller girls. Like they have more like longer limbs, longer arms, longer like torso. It's just a matter of can they bring that in with that fullness, especially when you're in front of Sandy. Can they bring that in and present that physique well? I definitely think for her, she needs more shoulders. Needs to fill out so she's not too hard. It needs more glutes. Like from waist up, it's great. Hair could just a little crop right here. I think she could fix this how she's posing in her back because it looks like her calves overtake her hamstrings. Right. Let's see. Go to Savannah Watchman. So she's a previous Olympian. She hasn't been on stage since the Olympia 2 years ago. See if I have any stage photos. And she is a former Miss USA as well. I think with her, it's just she came in way too conditioned. No. Let me see that video because I'm going to go. Okay, here we go. I think from her front. Here we go. So I felt like she's just a little too hard in the abs and in her legs. Shoulders are great up here. But now this is from like 2 years ago. So it's different back then versus now. She just needed more glutes. Like right up here. But we'll see. All right. Go to Juliana. So this is her rookie season. She won the Arnold Amateur. Then she took third in Ozakonda. So this is going to be a great test for her to see where she looks like against some of these pros. It's gonna be tough. I can definitely see her getting as high as like maybe it depends on it depends on what she looks like. I would say she could probably be around if they do 8 in the first color, I could see her go from like 4, 8. But if girls have more muscle than her, that's going to be her issue, I think, is that she just doesn't have enough muscle. She has a Laura Lee-esque physique almost, if you see her. This is when she was an amateur. I just think she just needs a little more. I just think the biggest thing with her is glutes. I kind of saw the same thing at the San Diego show she did. She's a beautiful girl. I just think she just needs more to her. She's young, and so she'll grow and develop. And hopefully, from was it in March or April that San Diego show was? Yeah, it was in March. Hopefully, from now 3 months, she's had enough time to definitely make those improvements and see what she can do. And I definitely hope to see it. I'm happy that a rookie is coming out and competing, not just being a one and done, because I get bummed out when I see somebody like they do their pro debut and then they go, okay, I'm done for the year. And it's like, you just got top 3, top 5. You should try another show and see what you can do, because I'd be bummed out. Like, you got third and you're like 2 places away from qualifying. And then they go, I'm done. I'm just like, So I'm excited to see what she can bring. I don't know who's coaching her right now, but we'll see what she can do. And then, is there anyone else? I don't think so. So let's do top 10. And I think this is what's going to be hard. Okay, here we go. Share screen. Let's see. Yeah, 65% on World Classic. Ariel Barley really shocked me that she got, I think, 13th. I just feel like for her, when I saw her, I felt like she wasn't as good as, she just didn't match her front to her back. I feel like, okay, Indy. So, who will be the one? Okay. All right, I got my list out. Had to just write some stuff down. So we'll do this. Okay, here we go. I got Allie. Here we go. Allie. Brittany. Tara. Ellie. Lenny. This is where it gets tough. Juliana. Kiki. Lolo. Savannah. Dolezal. I'm going to go Jess. I'm pretty solid with the top 3 here. I think either one of them can win the show. It's just going to be who shows up best. Go ahead. It'll be exciting to see. This is a very exciting show, very competitive show, and I'm looking forward to it. And that's all. I'm looking forward to seeing this whole weekend. The show starts at 9:30 a.m. Finals is 4:30, depending on how many divisions or how many people are in for the amateurs, because this is a pro and an amateur show, and it does qualify for the national level show. So, and this is something I'm looking forward to, and I definitely think Jamie's going to put on a great show, a great production. Looking forward to recapping and previewing and bringing that excitement to this division. I'm looking forward to this weekend. And you guys let me know, who do you have winning the show? Who do you want to see go to the Olympia? Type in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time.